What if there are weeds so powerful, so overlooked, that a single patch in your backyard could feed your family when everything else fails? While most people rip them out and throw them away, a few quiet survivalists and old-time farmers are living on these plants. For free. Today I reveal 6 weeds that could save your life. You have to stay to the end, because weed number 6 might already be growing in your yard right now. Here's the truth nobody wants to say out loud. Your vegetable garden is not as reliable as you think. One bad drought, one early frost, one season of failed seeds, and your carefully planted beds produce nothing. Most people have no backup plan. They've been trained to depend on grocery stores, seed suppliers, and perfect growing conditions. But nature already planted your backup plan. Right in the cracks of your driveway, along your fence line, in the corners you keep meaning to clear. The problem isn't your garden. The problem is what you've been ignoring. In this video, I'm revealing 6 common weeds that are actually survival foods, growing wild, asking nothing from you, and ready to eat right now. We're going from the most familiar all the way to number 6. A weed so nutritious, ancient armies carried it into battle. If you love growing food and living closer to nature, subscribe. This channel is built for you. Stay till the end. Because weed number 6 could be the most important plant on your entire property, and you've probably been pulling it out for years. Most gardeners work way harder than they need to. The secret is building systems that let your garden do most of the work. I explain exactly how to do that in my ebook, The Lazy Gardener's 30-Minute Garden. If you want to grow more food and flowers with less effort, check the link in the description and get your copy now. Weed 1. Dandelion. Dandelion is the most complete survival food hiding in plain sight. Every single part is edible: roots, stems, leaves, and flowers. The leaves are packed with vitamins A, C, and K, delivering more nutrition per handful than most cultivated salad greens. Young leaves eaten raw taste mildly bitter. Older leaves are best cooked. The root, dried and ground, has fed entire communities as a coffee substitute during wartime shortages. One dandelion plant can produce seeds for dozens more within weeks. If your garden fails, dandelion will not. Weed 2. A purslane. Purslane is the weed most gardeners destroy without knowing they're throwing away a superfood. It contains the highest omega-3 fatty acids of any land plant ever measured, a fact that surprises most nutritionists. Succulent, slightly tangy, and absolutely delicious raw in salads or sautéed with garlic. Ancient Egyptians cultivated it deliberately. Today, it grows uninvited in almost every vegetable bed on Earth. The more you water your garden, the more purslane thrives, meaning it peaks exactly when your other crops need the most attention. Weed 3. Lamb's quarters. Lamb's quarters is what spinach wishes it could be. Nutritionally, it outperforms almost every cultivated leafy green, higher in protein, calcium, and iron than spinach, with a mild, clean flavor that needs almost no seasoning. And Native Americans dried and ground the seeds into flour during long winters when nothing else was available. The leaves can be eaten raw, steamed, or added to soups. It grows fast, reseeds itself aggressively, and thrives in poor, disturbed soil. Exactly the conditions that destroy most garden vegetables. Where your garden struggles, lamb's quarters flourishes. Weed 4. Chickweed. Chickweed is the cold season survival food that grows when everything else has died. It germinates in frost, spreads through winter, and is ready to harvest while your beds are still frozen. Taste-wise, it is genuinely pleasant. Mild, fresh, slightly grassy, almost like corn silk. Rich in vitamin C, it historically prevented scurvy in communities with no access to fresh produce. The entire plant is edible. It spreads so efficiently that a single patch, I'm left alone, can carpet a raised bed in under 2 weeks. Most gardeners never realize they are standing on a winter food source. Weed 5. Stinging nettle. Stinging nettle is the weed that punishes you for ignoring it and rewards you generously once you don't. The sting disappears completely with 10 seconds of boiling, leaving behind one of the most protein-dense wild greens on Earth. Nettle contains iron levels comparable to red meat, making it historically critical for communities with no access to animal protein. Medieval European peasants survived entire famines on nettle soup. It grows in dense, reliable patches that return year after year without any intervention. Harvest with gloves, blanch immediately, and you have a nutrient powerhouse that costs absolutely nothing. Weed 6. Plantain. Stay. This is the one. Not the banana. I'm the low, flat weed pressed into every path, every driveway, every neglected corner of your yard. Roman soldiers carried dried plantain across continents as a field ration and wound dressing simultaneously. The leaves are edible raw when young, cooked when mature, and the seeds, tiny, abundant, and high in fiber, can be ground into a flour substitute. It grows in the most compacted, abused soil imaginable. Where nothing else survives, plantain does. Your garden can fail. Plantain will not even notice. If you're still watching, you already think differently than most people. You're not here for entertainment. You're here because you understand that real food security doesn't come from a grocery store or a perfect garden bed. It grows in the cracks, in the margins, in the places everyone else ignores. Subscribe if you haven't already, because this channel exists for exactly this kind of knowledge. Practical, forgotten, and completely free. Now, remember weed number 6? Plantain. We're almost there, and what I'm about to tell you will change how you see your entire yard. If you're tired of spending hours in the garden, pulling weeds and constantly watering plants, I created something just for you. My ebook. The Lazy Gardener's 30-Minute Garden shows you simple systems that make gardening easier, smarter, and way less work. Just click the link in the description below and download your copy today. Here's something worth asking. Why doesn't anyone teach this? These 6 weeds are free, nutritious, and virtually indestructible. No seed company profits from them. No fertilizer brand sponsors them. No garden center sells them. If everyone knew purslane outperforms spinach, or that nettle rivals red meat for iron, the supplement industry loses customers. The seed industry loses buyers. This isn't secret knowledge. It's just practical knowledge that doesn't get monetized. Ancient communities didn't need a backup plan because these plants were the plan. We forgot. Today, you remembered. I've been growing and foraging these 6 weeds for years. And I can tell you this honestly. In every season where something in my garden failed, at least 3 of these were ready to eat without a single thing done to them. No planting, no watering, no fertilizing. By late spring, a 10-foot patch of mixed dandelion, purslane, and lamb's quarters can feed a family of 4 as a daily side dish. That's not theory. Heck, that's what happens when you stop fighting your land and start reading it. These 6 weeds are more than emergency food. They are a reminder that nature never stopped providing. We just stopped paying attention. Every generation before ours knew these plants by name, by taste, by season. That knowledge kept families alive through droughts, wars, and failed harvests. We traded that wisdom for convenience. And convenience has an expiry date. Your yard is not empty, it is stocked. You just needed to know what you were looking at. Now you do. If this video changed how you see your yard, hit like. It helps more people find this knowledge. Subscribe and turn on notifications. Every week this channel covers practical, forgotten food knowledge that nobody is monetizing. And drop a comment below. Tell me which of these 6 weeds is already growing on your property right now. Share this with someone who gardens. Because the best time to learn this is before you need it. See you in the next video. And if you want to take this even further, I've put together a complete guide called The Lazy Gardener's 30-Minute Garden. Inside, I show you the exact systems I use to grow a thriving garden without spending hours working outside. You can find the link in the description below. Go ahead and grab your copy and start building your own low-maintenance garden today.